If you're a dentist, have you ever thought about taking your career global? Well, guess what? Your skills are in super high demand, pretty much everywhere. Today, we're going to look at a map of your potential international career, pinpointing exactly where you can earn the most and, how to actually get there. Let's dive in.
I mean, think about it. You've put in years and years of hard work. So the big question is, where in the world can that dedication really pay off? We're about to get into the nitty-gritty, the salaries, the demand, all the opportunities to figure that out.
And let's be clear, this isn't your grandfather's dentistry anymore. Not even close. We're talking about a super high-tech, global field where innovation is just happening all the time. You've got digital imaging, less invasive procedures. The whole profession is constantly evolving. And because of that, the need for skilled dentists is absolutely exploding all over the world. Okay, so before we start looking at all the cool places on the map, let's just take a quick second to get on the same page. What does it actually mean to be a dentist right now in today's world? The modern dentist is kind of like part healthcare provider, part artist. It's not just about treating problems anymore. You're preventing them, you're enhancing smiles, you're doing it all. And with all the amazing tech we have now, you're doing it with way more precision and efficiency than was ever possible before.
All right, let's shift gears and talk about the future. What's the outlook? What does the career path for a dentist really look like when you zoom out and look at the whole world?
And this quote really says it all. The outlook is just incredibly positive. Our source material points to a couple of huge reasons why. First, we have an aging global population that, needs more dental care. And second, there's this booming demand for cosmetic procedures. Put those two together, it means way more opportunities in a lot more places.
Okay, here we go. This is the part I know you've been waiting for. We're talking about the money, the numbers. Where are dentists getting paid the most? Let's break down the top countries by their average annual salary.
And coming in at number one with huge demand and just massive earning potential, it's the United States. It's leading the pack by a pretty significant margin, actually. So, just how big is that margin?
Well, the average annual salary for a dentist in the U.S. is a whopping $185,000. Yeah, that number alone makes it a huge magnet for professionals all over the globe.
Okay, let's just hop right over the border for number 2 on our list, Canada. It's famous for its awesome work-life balance and a really solid healthcare system, which means there's always strong, stable demand for dentists.
And hey, the salary definitely reflects that. In Canada, you're looking at an average of just over $150,000 a year. That is a very strong second place.
And grabbing the bronze medal, we're heading down under to Australia. There's high demand for dentists in the big cities and in rural areas too. It's got a super supportive professional environment and, let's be honest, an absolutely fantastic lifestyle.
So, the average salary down there? It comes in at nearly $146,000. And that rounds out our top 3 highest paying countries for dentists.
So yeah, the top 3 are definitely the clear leaders. But whoa, look at this. Switzerland is right there, hot on their heels. And it's not just Switzerland. Check it out. The UK, Norway, New Zealand, Germany. They're all offering solid 6-figure salaries. It just goes to show you, these amazing opportunities aren't just limited to North America and Australia. They're literally all over the globe.
Okay, so we've established the money's there, the opportunities are there, but what does it actually take to become a dentist who can go after these awesome careers? Let's pivot and talk about the skills and the education you're going to need.
It's this really unique mix of hard skills and soft skills. So on one hand, you've absolutely got to have the technical chops, right? The clinical skill, that incredible manual dexterity, and a real grasp of all the latest dental tech. But on the other hand, you need to be an amazing communicator to build trust with your patients. And then tying it all together is this top-notch problem-solving ability and, of course, a crazy good attention to detail.
Yeah, the educational path is definitely a marathon, not a sprint. It usually kicks off with an undergrad degree, typically in something science-related. After that, you're looking at 4 pretty intense years of dental school to get your DDS or DMD degree. But wait, you're not done yet. The final hurdle is passing those super rigorous licensing board exams to prove you're actually ready to practice.
All right, so you've got the skills, you've got the education, so how do you actually make that big international move happen? Let's talk about the practical side of things, the immigration pathways.
So a really important thing to wrap your head around for a lot of countries is what's called a points-based system. It's basically an objective way for governments to pick out the skilled workers they really need. You get points for different things, like your age, your education, how many years you've worked as a dentist, and even your language skills. The more points you rack up, the better your chances are of getting invited to apply for residency. Simple as that. And hey, this brings us right back to two of our top countries, Canada and Australia. Both of them rely heavily on these points-based systems to find skilled immigrants. And here's the great news for you. Because dentists are in such high demand, a strong profile with all those points from your education and experience can make you an extremely attractive candidate. We're talking about potentially fast-tracking your whole move.
So let's recap. We've talked about what the job looks like today, the massive demand, the top salaries, and even the practical ways to get there. The world is quite literally your oyster if you're a skilled dental professional. So I guess the only question left is, where will your skills take you?
And that's a wrap on our explainer. Just so you know, all the info and all the numbers we went through today came from WanaVisa's Global Dentist Career Overview for 2025. Thanks so much for tuning in.